I've got $10,000 in the bank. What do I do with it? The very first thing I want you to do is whatever you did to get that $10,000 in the bank, continue that right now. Continue doing whatever you just did to get that, because that's pretty good. I'd say way in the past 70% of Americans do not have 10 grand liquid cash in the bank. So whatever you're doing to get that, get that. Charlie Munger said you need to get your first 100,000. So that's what I would be focused on, is my first 100,000. 10,000 is not that much money, guys. I know you want to feel like it is. It's not that much money. Before the days of the internet, we had the Thrifty Nickel. And I remember I would go and get the Thrifty Nickel, read through the Thrifty Nickel at Cripple Creek, drinking a cup of coffee, because that was all we could afford, was the 35-cent coffee, pretending to be cowboys, going through reading. And if we found a good deal or something that they mistyped, we would go try to buy it and then go flip it for $50, $60. And one of the things that I had learned, because I had worked and closed a more than $100 million deal in 2024. 2024 and 2025. And I thought to myself, from the time I was a 17-year-old kid drinking coffee in the coffee shop with all the cowboys, trying to read the Thrifty Nickel, the same amount of time and effort that I was trying to do to make $30 is the same amount of time and effort that I was trying to do to make 100 million. No kidding. And so I start saying, okay, how do we bridge this gap? How do we make more money? First thing I'd say is, bravo that you got 10 G's and somebody didn't just give it to you, or you didn't just sell some stuff. You actually dollar by dollar put that money in there. All right, continue doing what you're doing. Second, should I invest this in the stock market? Here's my thought on the stock market. The stock market over 30 or 40 years will make you money. But you have to constantly put that money in monthly. So $100, $300, $1,000, whatever it is, you're constantly putting money in there so that when you're 60 or 65, you can retire. Should you have that? Yes. Yes, you should. Should you do that while you're just starting out right now and you don't have that cash flow, you just saved 10 grand? My answer is no. My answer is, okay, what is it that you can reasonably flip and sell? So maybe I can say, all right, I'm going to go play with $1,000 of this. And maybe I go on eBay and I find something, or maybe I go to a thrift store and I find something and I flip it. Or maybe I go, instead of saying, hey, my job is, 9 to 5. Now I go do something else from 5 to 9 or 10. And I use that for some advertising money, for essentially moonlighting. Moonlighting is, I have my regular job that I do, and then the jobs that I do on the side. Right? So that would probably be something that you, like if you're a construction guy and let's just say you do concrete. I'm a concrete guy Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. Well, then on the weekends, I go do concrete on my own. That's moonlighting. And if you take that money and you keep saving it, that's how you keep pushing so you can do something bigger. Putting your $10,000 in the stock market right now for 30 years from now is cool, but it's just not for me. What I want to do is I want to figure out how I can moonlight more until I can create my own business. There's not a lot you can do with $10,000 in the bank because it's not that much money. So my best advice to you is keep doing what it took to get that 10,000 in there and get 100,000 in there. The only time I'd recommend spending it is if you had a side business that you needed to promote a little bit more. No, I don't recommend you going to some self-help class or something like that. You know why? Because it's all online. It's for free. You can just right now go consume free content on Alex Hormozi. Don't lay in bed and consume this content. Put it in your ears with earpods and keep working while you do this. When I'm in the gym every morning, my business is worth a couple $100 million, $300-400 million. When I am in the gym every morning, I am listening to some sort of a leadership book. Go listen to leadership books, listen to Hormozi, listen to Dave Ramsey, listen to Tony Robbins, listen to these guys that have been there, done that, got the t-shirt, that are giving it to you for free. Don't go spend $5,000 on their class. Don't go spend $2,000 on their workshop. They're making money off that. That's how they're making their money. So don't fall into that. I had a camera guy that was working for me for a while. He's like, hey, I'm in debt like $17,000 on my credit card. I'm like, what the freak did you spend it on? I bought all these self-help classes and how to make a millionaire and how to do this or whatever. I'm like, dude, do you not understand that this internet personality The way that they're a millionaire is because they sell their idea to you and you're buying it, not because they went out here and did it. Go to the guys that went out here and did it and they became successful and they're giving it to you. They're not just trying to sell you some course. And I'm going to tell you, very rarely is that a 20-something-year-old. Very rarely. Very rarely. What I want you to do now is try to double and triple down on how to get that money to get $100,000 in the bank. When you get in the $100,000 in the bank, there's a lot of options that open up to you. You can put that money into a CD and borrow against it and leverage that money a little bit more. Hopefully, whatever you were doing, you were able to create a business out of it, and maybe you're working and you're moonlighting afterwards. I don't know how you got there, so it gives me a really hard time to say, hey, specifically do this with your $100,000. Are you in real estate? Okay, we can leverage that. Are you, in a service business? Awesome. We can leverage that with making more ads and hiring more people. So there's a lot of things you can do with $100,000. It's really hard for me to get specific, but $100,000 is kind of the very bare minimum. $100,000 goes like this. $10,000's like a day. $100,000 like this. All right, guys, here's what we'll do. We'll take 5 of you. If you have between $60,000 and $100,000 in the bank right now, it's liquid and you can prove it, send us an email. Take 5 of you. We'll do a group video call with 5 of you. I'm not going to charge you $1. Why? I would rather see you guys come up in this world and make friends. All of the money I've been able to make is off of networking with friends. I do business with friends. They do business with me. So here's what we'll do. This is a way to network and make friends. I'll take 5 of you. You're gonna have to show us that you got the money. It's got to be for real. I don't have a lot of time to do this. So we'll do it for an hour. We'll sit down. We'll brainstorm this out. We'll see if we can come up with some ideas to help you guys push yourself a little bit further. I think that's the best way for me to help you, because I just listen to so many people on the internet and they're like, if you have 10 grand, if you have 1,000, dudes, come on, man. There are so many different options and they are so new to you that I can't just tell you what to do in a blanket statement. So 5 of you, send us an email. Let's get it going.